Alright guys, Richard here with eBike Reviews and Adventures. So, for a couple of days now, it's been hot around here. Hot like the surface of the sun, and so I haven't been out too much. I've been kind of just avoiding the midday heat. But I tell you, we got some cloud cover this afternoon, and now the temperatures have dropped nicely, but now I think we're about to get rained on. But the temperatures are great. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to try to go ahead and knock out this review video real quick before I get rained on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the bike just a little bit. So I'm going to stop up here and we're going to talk about the bike and tell you all the things that I like about it. A couple of things that I am a little disappointed about. And yeah, we'll see if we can get all that done before it rains. So here we go. Alright guys, first of all, this is just an outstanding bike. If you saw my video where I was talking about the bike, I told you how much I liked it. I liked the idea of it, and I was thinking about buying it because it just really spoke to me. And I am so thankful I purchased this bike right here. Let me tell you real quick. You got a 750 watt motor, right? Okay, we're familiar with that. Not all 750 watt motors are the same. And what makes this one different is it's got 96 Newton meters of torque. That means your Newton meters, your torque rating is how much power you actually have to get up and down hills and that sort of thing. And this has a lot of power, 96 Newton meters, one of the highest that I've seen yet. Of course, we have the 20 amp hour battery. It's integrated. It's on the inside down here, which makes it a little harder to get to than those top access batteries. But you know what? I don't take my battery out. I leave it in here to charge, so I don't have a problem with it being down in here. There is a lock right here. Now, stepping up to the front here, we do have hydraulic forks, and we do have hydraulic brakes, disc brakes on both. We do have a nice integrated headlight right here. It's pretty bright. I'm not too disappointed with that. It's doing pretty well. One thing they could have done a little bit better is right here. The wire management could have been a little bit better. They do have it wrapped, but one thing you'll note is that all of these different wires, they are in different lengths, so the connection points are at different places, so they couldn't wrap everything as nicely as what they could have. So I have seen better wraps on other bikes, but that's not a problem. We do have the Kenda tires, the Kenda Crusade, so these are puncture resistant, nice tires, love those a lot. Right here, attention to detail. This is just one of the things I really like. It's simple, but this is a really good quality battery port right here that covers your your battery access. Just really good right there. No concerns about that. Jump back to the front here. I will point out that you do have connection points here for a basket, should you choose to get one. I'm not going to put a basket on this. I might get a rack. Okay, thinking about that, not sure yet. We do have a single ring chain ring down here. I wished it was double like the Mach Wheel brand. It was a double ring. That was always nice, but there's certainly nothing wrong with that right there. Of course, we have the quick release post right here. And let me tell you something about this right here. This is a good quality latch. And some of them are just so hard to work with. And this one is nice and easy to work with. It's easy to clamp, and it keeps the seat in place. I like that. We got the Altus derailleur down here. 7-speed, no problems, shifts real smooth. Everything with that is going great. Of course, we have the rear tail light integrated, along with the integrated front headlights there. The rack, you can put close to 50 pounds on this rack right here, so that's a good solid rack. And where the magic is, guys, is right back here, this dual suspension, or this rear suspension back here. I'm really enjoying this a lot. Because, I haven't taken it trail riding yet, but just going off the curbs and things in my neighborhood, it's been real nice, and you can really tell that there's a difference there. So I'm really happy with that. Jumping back up here, this seat, even this seat is a little different design, and I tell you what, it is pretty soft. I'll still probably upgrade the seat anyway, but This isn't a bike where you have to go out right away and upgrade the seat, because the seat is pretty good. It's a pretty good quality seat there. Now let's jump up here into the cockpit real quick and let's talk about a couple of things up here. This display is beautiful. Okay, this is one of the better displays that I've seen, and it gives you all the information you want right here at your fingertips. And I like that it has a percentage for the battery readout and not just a bar graph. That's been very convenient. I will note this bike does have cruise control, so maintain speed for about 8 seconds and cruise control will automatically kick in. That's real nice. Your pass level, you can have up to 9. You can go in and change it, whether you want 5 pass settings, 7, or 9. Currently I'm running it with 7 pass settings, so that's real nice. You can go in and you can adjust each of your pass settings. It's based on a percentage. So for instance, pass level 1 is set at 20%, you know, pass 2 is 30. It just timed out. Hey, well, let me show you this real quick. Here's your button pad, right? This little button pad up here, you got your information, you got your plus and your minus for your pass, but there's no power button. It's like, what the heck is going on here? I had to open up the manual to figure out what's going on. The power button is actually right here on the end, which is kind of cool because it kind of acts like a theft deterrent. I had 3 other people ride this bike and all of them was like, hey, how do you turn it on? So that part is kind of cool. So getting back to display, so yeah, you can change the how aggressive the bike is. You can change each pass level. It's starting to rain, so we're gonna have to wrap this up. We do have the half twist throttle over here. Works great. I tell you what, this bike, it's got a lot of power. It can be aggressive. You can adjust that in the settings just a little bit. And yeah, it's starting to rain harder, so we're gonna have to get going. So let's talk about this while we ride. Oh yeah, right off that curb, no problems. So guys, I tell you what, this bike has been so much fun to ride. I am just loving it. Top speed on this bike was 30 miles an hour. Oh yeah, I'm getting rained on good now. Top speed was 30 miles an hour. And we're gonna hit that right now. There's 30. Woo! Oh, my garage door didn't open. Open door. 30 miles an hour. That's throttle only. Now that's a rare thing because most of the time bike manufacturers are going to give you, you know, a top speed of about 20 miles on throttle and then tell you you have to pedal your rear end off in order to reach that top speed. Not the Magicycle Deer. The Magicycle Deer, you hit top speed, throttle only. I love that. That is such an awesome feature. I'm out of breath. Okay. Back to the review. So, love the display. I'll show you a couple things real quick. Hit the up and down arrow and you can get in here and adjust things like your speed limit, which I already did. It comes maxed out at 25. I changed it to 28. Even though the little icon here says 25, it is 28. You can go down, change the screen brightness, voltage for the bike, advanced settings. You can do some things in here based on how quickly you want it to start, whether you want to start it with one full rotation or a half a rotation. I tell you what, guys, the pedal assist engages with 1/2 rotation of the pedals, so you don't have to like start pedaling and then finally get the motor to respond. It's a half a rotation and that motor kicks in. I love that about this bike, and they allow you to set that in here. You can turn the cruise control on or off. You can adjust whether or not you have 5 pedal assist, 7 or 9 by going to that setting right down there. And yeah, so just several things in here that you can do. Let's power through here. You can even set it up so it has a password, factory reset, that sort of thing. So we'll get back out of that. It does, up here in the cockpit, it does have a standard manual bell. And I'm okay with that. What I've found is some of the electronic horns that some bikes come with, they're just far too aggressive, and it actually scares people. It startles them because they hear this electronic horn behind them, and they just like, oh, what's that? You know, and they kind of get startled and jump out of the way. So I do like this because that's what people are used to hearing. They know what that sound is. So I appreciate that. I like that these handlebars are a little bit smaller. I didn't measure them, but they are a little narrower, but they are swept back just a little bit. And that part I really like because it's comfortable. Something I don't like, and Magicycle could have done better, is for the handle grips here. They give you these standard faux leather wrapped handle grips, and look guys, I can twist it. Okay, these are not the ones that you can lock down with you know, a set screw. So I can spin these, and on a hot day they spin rather easily. So that is a disappointment. Even though they're comfortable, they're fine to, you know, to hold on to, I don't like that they spin. So I've already got another set on order, and yeah, those will be here I think tomorrow, and I'll be putting those on. And they're the ones that's got the little screw so you can tighten them down so they don't move at all. I didn't really talk too much about the pedaling. This bike feels different, and I'm not sure what it is just yet, why it feels so different, but the pedaling is so smooth, and you don't feel like you're going to get that ghost pedaling. Even at a lower speed on some bikes, you just kind of, you know, the pedal just gets out of sync and it clunks and you know, start to pedal. You don't get that feeling with this bike. It's just a nice pedal. You feel a little bit of resistance with every push. You just feel it. You know it's there. You know you can put some power into it. And I don't know, I just love that about this bike because it just feels so good. I did mention, I believe, that the hydraulic forks are adjustable, so you can lock those out, and they are pretty good there. I haven't learned too much about the air shock in the back, so I gotta get some information because there's no documentation that tells us about that and how to adjust it, but I'm sure it can be adjusted, so I'm just gonna find out. Here's something to note too. I went to, even though I have the shocks back here, on all my bikes I like to add a suspension seat post. I mean, figure why not, right? Add a little extra comfort. This seat post is not the standard size. It's much bigger, and I believe the seat post I ended up ordering was a 33.9, I believe, and you know, that's the one that actually fits down inside there. So that's a little different because that is pretty thick there. Someone was asking me about sometime in one of my recent videos, they saw my knees coming up while I was riding, and that's because I did have the seat a little lower than I probably should. You know, I'm 6'1", I do have really long legs, and I don't really care to have that full leg extension. Okay, so I do tend to have my knees bent a little bit, but yeah, so that's why. But you can get a you know, a person who is 6'1" can easily ride this bike, even though overall it's a smaller framed bike. Okay, it is. It's a little bit smaller, but I tell you, you know, oh, this bike is so much fun to ride. It's nimble. You know, you don't feel the weight, and it is easy to get zipping and turning, and just so much fun. Let's talk about the price for a minute, because they got this priced at $2,500. Is that a good price for this bike? You know, when I unboxed it, my first thought was absolutely. Just all the little details I saw, you know, the graphics and how they've got it so nicely done, you know, just a few odds and ends that just really, really well done, and it makes the difference. Okay, it really does. Now I've had it for a little bit, and you know, the wiring is a little loosey-goosey. I wish that was a little bit better. Yeah, you know, that. I wish the handlebar grips were a little bit better, and certainly I wish they didn't spin so easily. But that's really my only complaints. And this is something easily fixed. I mean, $15 and I got a new set of grips on the way. And if I wanted to, I could continue to wrap this myself and clean this up some more. I don't know that I will, but I could. But that's really all my complaints with this bike. There's nothing really to be disappointed about. So is it worth $2,500? I'm saying right now, you're getting a good quality bike for that $2,500. You really are, especially with all the power and torque that you get out of this motor, and the fact that you know, I topped this thing out at 30 miles per hour. Here's the thing: over the weekend we had just a small family gathering, And so I had Amanda here, Emma here, and her husband Devin was here, and they all took turns riding this bike, and they all loved it. They were all like, wow, this thing is outstanding. And I wished I had recorded some of that footage. I should have. You know, it was a family day. I wasn't thinking about it. We were all out riding through the neighborhood, just having a good time, and it was just a fun sight to see us all zipping through the neighborhood. But every one of them said the same thing. Wow, this is just an outstanding bike. So yeah, that's 4 of us in our family that just love this bike already. They're already begging for it. It's like, oh yeah, I want to be able to ride that. Guess what? This one's Dad's. Yeah, this one belongs to Dad. They might get a chance to ride it occasionally, but no, this is Dad's bike when we go riding. So, yeah, what more can I say about that? Let's see, what else here? Metal pedals, really grippy pedals, no, good quality there. Kickstand, kind of standard, but it works well. The brakes are working really good. I mean, they're Tektro. No, they're not even Tektro. These are the Bengo, and I'm not real familiar with the Bengo brand, but I tell you, they work fine. They work real well. No concerns about those. But yeah. Hey, what questions do you have? I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to help you out any way you can. If you're interested in this bike, please consider using my affiliate link down below, and maybe I'll get a little credit, because you know what? The Magicycle doesn't sponsor this channel. They don't sponsor this video. I tried to get them to send me this bike, and they wouldn't. But I wanted this particular bike so badly that I did work a deal with them, and they did give it to me at a pretty good discount. But I still ended up buying and paying for this bike. So, they're not really doing me a whole lot of favors here for all the videos and all the promotion I'm going to be doing for them. So please give me a thumbs up. And if you think about purchasing this, make sure you use my affiliate link, as every $50 here and $50 there adds up, and that is much appreciated. So yeah, that's it. That's about all I want to say about this bike right now. I wished it hadn't rained on us. Look at that. The rain is almost stopped, but it's still coming down. But there's going to be more videos here real soon. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take this out on trail here soon. I'm going to take this one and another bike out on trail, and we're going to get some more riding footage where you can actually see us riding it, and so you can see how it performs. And I'm really excited for that, and I hope you are too. So make sure you subscribe if you're new here, so I can bring that footage to you. And hey, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Again, ask any questions you want down below, and I'll try to get back to you. And that's it. Until the next video, ride safe.